Welcome back to ENN for the week of March 6th, 2013. I appreciate your all's support in taking a week off from ENN, as there were a lot of real life and school things that had to be taken care of before things like ENN and some of the regular series could be produced, but they all should be back and in full for the next few weeks without interruption as far as I can see it. Jumping right into it, Call of Duty Black Ops 2 song Carry On by Avenged Sevenfold is getting a vinyl release, with the B-side being an instrumental version of the track. The song is by Avenged Sevenfold, so that makes it a bit more reasonable why it would receive a vinyl release, but it's Black Ops 2, it's for Black Ops 2, why? It's not that important. I don't understand. I think the whole, like, release all modern music on vinyl phase just kind of has dropped out recently, as it should make sense, and I don't really see any reason for something like that to get a vinyl release, especially when it's being introduced as, you know, a Black Ops 2 soundtrack song, rather than just Avenged Sevenfold being like, hey, here's our song on vinyl. That's two completely different stories. Dota 2 breaks Steam records by passing up Skyrim as having most simultaneous users on at one time. This was really surprising to me, especially since I've seen a lot more people playing Skyrim again recently, and I don't really see anyone playing Dota 2. Everyone and their brother has a copy now because Steam is just like, here's all the free copies, all the free copies. But it didn't really seem like it took off that much to me. Maybe it's just because I'm not as heavily into the MOBA scene as other people, but it's Dota 2. You play it a little bit and then you go back to League of Legends. To have that many users, unless they're talking about having just passed up like current simultaneous users of Skyrim, because it's over a year after Skyrim came out and not as many people are going to be playing with it. So, I don't know. Layoffs have hit the Timegate Developer Studio, which is one of the groups behind Aliens Colonial Marines. Now, it's not sure whether this is, this is probably because of, how, I don't want to say it like this, but how horrible the game was? But you never know, it could be other reasons, and from what I have heard, between the pressure of things and this kind of potential for layoffs looming over them, that may be why the game sucks so bad. Like, it's really easy to be like, okay, Aliens Colonial Marines sucked hard, so naturally they're just gonna lay off some people. But it could be those issues in the back end of the studio that causes a game like that to go from this huge, hyped, potentially fantastic game to kind of sucking. You gotta keep an open mind about that sort of thing. XCOM Enemy Unknown is getting a Mac release. They're having an Elite Edition released, which has all of the DLC that was released with the title. That is really cool. A lot of people bash games that get released on Mac or don't really pay much attention to, Steam trying to add Mac and Linux support. But that is how you get the PC gaming market to be successful, is to have things like, alternate releases for other OSs, because if people have to, have a computer with an OS that they don't have, like if they just have Macs, but they have Macs that are good enough to play games, there's no reason they shouldn't be able to play a game. Like, I think it's 2013, I think it's a point where we can grow past the Mac versus PC, PC war and console war debate, and just let people enjoy games. But that's just me. There's no official release date for that, but it is coming this year, I believe. The Assassin's Creed Black Flag trailer has, it's not really a gameplay trailer, it's more just like a cinematic trailer, has come out, and it looks pretty cool. It reminds me a lot of Pirates of the Caribbean, or Caribbean, or whatever, and it's clear they're taking a slightly different direction with the game, and I think they've even said that, which is kind of cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But it was really weird to see, like, a pirate instead of, I don't know, it just, the revolutionary stuff already took Assassin's Creed a bit out of the context of the other games, and even in one of my videos, I thought it seemed like the intro to Assassin's Creed 3 was basically Pirates Creed, but we'll see how it turns out. And that being said, with another bit of news, the developers behind the game have actually announced that a female protagonist and being the main character in an Assassin's Creed game is not unlikely. They're not saying it's going to be for Black Flag, they're not saying anytime soon, but they said that there's no reason for that not to be the case, and that's really, really cool. And then they also said that Assassin's Creed Black Flag will make use of the next generation connectivity options, and so while it will still be, you know, a single player campaign, it will still benefit everyone else who's playing, or you will still get to have some sort of connection or interaction to everyone else who's playing the game. So that's really cool, and I look forward to seeing how they make use of that, and how they balance, like, because so far Assassin's Creed Black Flag is coming out on, you know, PC, Xbox 360, PS3, and PS4. So we don't know if it's a port up or a port down, and you got to figure out, like, how much of the game are you missing by playing on the 360 or PS3 versus the PS4, and things like that. A Steam update for Skyrim is now in beta on PC, which adds a lot of cool features to the game that I don't know why it's being released this late, but I'm really excited for. It adds a legendary difficulty, and it increases the level cap. And with the legendary difficulty, once you hit level 100, you're given the option to reset your skills back to like 15, the base 15 each, and you get to play through on the harder difficulty and raise your skills and stats back up, and then it really increases the level cap. That way you can get your skills back to where they were, and that's really cool. That combined with all the DLC coming out, I'm probably going to be dropping a bit more money into Skyrim soon and doing a whole new playthrough of it, but we'll see. There is an upcoming reboot of the Tomb Raider film franchise to accompany the reboot of the game franchise, and it has been confirmed that the film will be based upon the game's reboot, so it will be based around that game's narrative and the new Lara Croft and things like that. So that will be really cool to see. Hopefully it won't be, you know, an over-sexualized Angelina Jolie or anything like that anymore. It'll actually be a pretty interesting and pretty deep story. We don't know, you know, full details just yet, but hopefully we'll see something cool from that end soon. Also, SimCity 2013 and Tomb Raider 2013 have both released this week, as well as a new trailer for Iron Man. Be sure to check out those in the description below. Thank you for sticking with me and watching this week's Epos Nerd News, or ENN. I really kinda need a better title, but that's what we're working with for now. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and leave a comment below with your favorite bit of news for this week. And if you have anything you'd like to suggest, leave that in the comment section below. Be sure to tell your friends about this series, as it helps me out a lot. And you guys make sure you have a nice day.